What is going on, everybody? We're back for another week of Wok and Talk, and today we have a special guest, the one and only, one of the founding members of Hydrodynamiks, the sponsor for this podcast, and his name is Bmac. Welcome, Bmac.
Hey, what's up, folks? It's Bmac, sometimes called Young Arrowhead on the tracks, but it's very hard to rhyme things with Arrowhead, so I kind of regret picking the name, but we're sticking with it.
There you go. Of course, you know us on the top, me and Chris, back at it again here. And, I guess we'll just open up the floor here. BMAC, kind of give a little introduction about yourself, who you are, what gets you up in the morning, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, my name is Bmac, as they mentioned. It's a nickname short for my real name, and you know I love talking about Hydro, man. It's been a long journey with Hydro since, gosh, what, 2017, maybe
Something like
2018,
that, yeah.
when you would place it. I mean, I would say our first songs were from 2018, so this is 5 years now of Hydrodynamics, on and off making music, and then in the meantime, getting through university. Not easy having a rap group when the people are on different sides of the country, but we made it work, and I think that's kind of unique about us is that it's some real like internet head like rap stuff. Like to do something like that. We got our producer and two, three rappers all in different parts of the country, just all over the place, collaborating remotely. And this was all, before everyone was like, oh yeah, collaborating remotely. Like that's what everyone does. So can I say we're revolutionary in that sense? We're ahead of the times. Is
Absolutely.
that too bold? Yeah,
No, not at
I
all.
would say so.
Yeah, so for the just for a little bit of context here, all three of us we met. Well, we went to the same high school. Obviously, me and Chris, as we mentioned before, knew each other before that, but met in high school. The passion was there, just there was some sort of shared interest, and um, for it was initially me, BMAC, and then one more guy named Tommy, who we started out the trio that is was then known as Hydro, and over time, I went to college, or I guess we all went to college. BMAC went to UCLA. I went to Ohio State. So that was what he was talking about with the kind of split country action. And then our producer actually ended up being from Ohio as well. So people from all over the place. We had Chris hop in on a couple songs too, which was nice. As we're a collective, so we bring everyone who wants to be in, and he was back home as well, or at least back in California. So I would definitely say that Hydro as a group is revolutionary. I mean, we're trendsetters.
One of a kind for sure. Um, yeah, no, I think as you kind of mentioned, I'm not a core member of the group, but I hopped on for a song. That one was fun. That one was our what I guess first winter break from college. About then,
I think so.
um,
Yeah.
because I remember that song was just kind of about us coming back together and collabing on a song and hopping on a beat. That one was fun to make for sure. Definitely a lot of laughs on that one.
It
Just trying
was it was
trying
rough.
to record some vocals for that. I would say
I was
we're a lot
struggling.
better musicians now. So
I was I was struggling. Let's just say that. And I think when I struggle, it's always entertaining. So that's good. I could
It's
not
one of
hit
my
the notes.
favorite songs.
It
yeah,
was really good, but
Yeah.
from a musical standpoint, there were some flaws for sure. But I feel like that's kind of the charm of Hydro is that it's everything is flawed.
it's wacky, and I think that's cool. It's yeah, one of a kind for sure. Revolutionary, I think, is a great word. But I think for the people, a little bit for myself as well. Do you guys want to just kind of break down the origin? What went behind? Should we start this thing? Because you mentioned the passions aligned. What were that? What were those?
You want to take this, BMAC?
Yeah, I mean, I was really liked like rap music. I've definitely diversified from where I was in 2018, where I was just only rap music. But I really enjoyed rap music. I like all types of rappers, old, new, whatever. And it was always something that like, I had tried writing stuff before, but like recording was never something that occurred to me. And Ryan kind of approached me with the idea, and I would say Hydrodynamics was kind of born from that. And we uh, gosh, what was that first song that we did? Was it Dreams?
Yeah,
What was it called?
yeah, Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that song is terrible.
Right, and that's how it goes for a lot of music making. The first one you do is not very good always, and you'll look back on it, you maybe cringe to yourself. You'd be like, "Gosh, what were we thinking?" But the reason it sounds so bad is because it's relative. I mean, we kept at it, and our songs sound, at least in my opinion, way better than they did back then. Like the songwriting ideas are more focused. Like the lyrics like line up with each other better. I mean, I think we're way funnier than we were on that song. Like I don't think the punchlines on there were very creative, and not that I'm always super creative, but I at least know like I could say something really ridiculous now, but I can make it sound like good, and like that'll boost the quality of the song in people's eyes. Like, as I'm just more willing to just like try something crazy. But it really all began with that one song and the rudimentary tools, the garage band like type instrumentals, and I it's just crazy to think how far we've come from that direction. But like I said, that was circa 2018, and we were working on that song in physics class. Like, how funny is that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember actually the idea was like from religion. Like the
Mm.
group was formed in a religion class, as far as I remember. Where I was like, I said to Tommy, I was like, or me and Tommy were in the same class. I don't know if you were in that class, but I was like, yo, we should like start. We should do this. I got Bmac on board. He's ready, and I just remember like writing lyrics in the back of the religion class.
And if not to mention, for those religion classes, they already had us being like, make a Jesus rap. It's
That's true.
like
We did
we
have to
were
do that.
we were basically doing what was assigned to us. We were just building upon, you know, what was uh what was put forth, what was put in front of us.
Yeah.
I don't think your lines qualify as Jesus rap anymore, which we will get into. Are some
Occasionally, every once in
some
a while.
nice some
Hey,
nice mentally healthy, easy on the ear lyrics, which are colorful in nature and actually colorful in
listen,
concept.
listen. We have. I'll have you know. Okay, our projects. We got Great Flood 1. We got Great Flood 2, and then we got a new one coming that's in the works. As a little teaser, it's called Wine to Water. So we're we got that path. You know,
There you go.
there's some
We're getting back there.
sprinklings. There's some sprinklings of
Quite literally come to Jesus moment.
religious undertones. You know.
Fair, fair.
It was always
Um,
fun kind of weaving the religious references into Hydro, sort of a callback to, the origins, being like, oh, Great Flood Part Two's got a feature from Noah, getting Sweaty Boy to do a monologue intro where he just reads, like, I don't even know what Bible passage it is. I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me like a bad, like, Christian or whatever, but I was just like, here, read this one. And he did it, and it sounded
It
great.
was Noah's Ark.
Yeah, it was something from the book of Genesis. Um,
wait, we can actually talk about that. Is the I remember the Sweaty Boy feature was kind of a big thing for you guys. That was a so how'd you find him? What did you like about him? And then what was the process of getting him on a song?
I mean,
well, the process was really easy. This is a dude who, um, I guess what Zenon found him on Pokemon
yeah,
Showdown.
I think so.
So, so for those in the audience who don't know, Pokemon Showdown is a simulator where you can play the Pokemon video game, not the core story, but you can battle. You just battle random people or your friends or whatever. You build teams. Like it's just chill. Like if you're really into Pokemon, you've probably heard of Pokemon Showdown. Like whether you like it or not, it's the best simulator out there. Like for sure. If you just want to battle. And this dude, our friend Zenon, came across him. I guess he posted his link, like, check out my song in the chat. There's a chat box on the Battle Simulator. So that's how we learned about the existence of this guy. We listened to a bunch of his songs, and they're all so funny. They're all about like just the weirdest things you could imagine. Like a he has some grand architecture design in his head about like a post-apocalyptic world where the thoughts like the internet the thoughts won a war, and now it's like
They've taken
think of
over.
like Terminator. Like
Yeah.
imagine like a Terminator where there's like a thought just crushing a skull on the ground. Like it's like that. Like he sort of paints that picture and makes it like fun along the way. And but the great thing is it's like, oh, this dude is like like super internet head. Like he's on Discord. He's playing Pokemon games on the internet. Like he's easy to find. You just message him on there. Um, and he's got a Spotify profile. Like it's really easy to learn a lot about this guy and try and reach out to him and collaborate with him. And he's very approachable too.
Yeah, I believe didn't I think you messaged him and you were just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you want to hop on a song like with us? We're called Hydro." And he was like, "Yeah, but if it's terrible, then I'm not gonna do it." Like, I
Right. It wasn't guaranteed.
right, yeah, we had to pass the test first. Like, it was like this big thing. Like, oh man, I hope our song is good enough for Sweaty Boy.
Yeah, no, I remember, like I said, kind of just from a more third party perspective. I remember, so I wasn't obviously in the works a lot, along for every step of the way, but I just remember Ryan like getting super hyped about it. He's like, "Yo, we got Sweaty Boy." So as soon as
It was
as soon as it was out, the first thing I did, I was like, "Well, who is that?" So then I looked him up, and then I was like, "Okay." And I actually remember thinking that he was just like as far as to be fair, I don't think you guys fall under a specific genre, just as far as like you said, is how unique kind of your music is. But if there was
there was
a
an
similar
influence.
style, it
Yeah, there was
would
an
be
influence
him.
for sure.
And I think you had mentioned Zenon was particularly a fan, and so that was cool. That was cool to watch that come to fruition and watch you guys make that happen.
that was the first collab we had.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only collab with like a established person. So
Has
first
anyone
and only.
has anyone checked up on him? How's he doing?
I follow him on Instagram still. I don't think he posts. He doesn't post too much anymore.
Sweaty Swetty and then BR.
I
Yeah, but
Let's
yeah,
look him up.
basically his whole thing was just saying outrageous things and like just being dumb.
Yes.
And like the lyrics is like meant to make you laugh and like not be taken seriously, but it was still pretty good. And I think like that kind of shaped a little bit, that kind of influenced us a little bit because like Bmac was saying earlier, like he just says ridiculous things sometimes, and I do too.
Yeah,
Of
he's not
course.
he's not afraid
Guys,
to say something on a song, even if it sounds silly. I could yell really loud when I rap. Like he was just yelling that on a song. That's like literal. It doesn't mean anything, but like it sounds hard. And you gotta
unfortunately,
like, yeah,
unfortunately, his last album was called Death of the Sweat
Yeah, that's
in
right.
2018,
That's right.
and I reckon that was a goodbye album.
He still has 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify though.
So we'll take a moment here.
Yeah.
Shout out you, Sweaty Boy.
Shout out Sweaty Boy.
All right.
that's Sweaty
Sorry,
Boy.
Brian. Go ahead.
Oh no, I kind of forgot what I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say shout out Sweaty Boy. Huge influence on Hydrodynamics. Great of him to collaborate with. He even worked on one of our beats too.
Yeah, he did.
Like
He
he
did.
tipped in.
He made the entire beat and then sent it to us.
Yeah,
He was like, "You
yeah.
guys want beats?" And
That's
we
the
were like,
boy.
"Yeah, sure." And then he just sent it, and we never heard from him again.
That's the boy. Zach
Sounds like he
Kaufman.
grew up, moved on, maybe established a life. Maybe his kids now.
I don't think
If you see
I
this-
mean, maybe he was
Sweaty
the same
Boy,
age
if you
as
see
us.
this,
Yeah, shout out you.
comment. The resurrection.
The resurrection of the
Another-
sweat. Back,
another-
he can get on Wine to
yo.
Water. He could get on Wine
On
to Water.
Wine to
as
Water. That
the
could be
miracle.
ridiculous.
The miracle.
That
He's
could be
back.
ridiculous.
That'd be sick.
Anyway, but yeah, no, that's awesome. So I think what we wanted to do next was kind of just talk through some of the stories behind, because like you said, the lyrics are one of a kind. Um, I think it's fair to say some of the lyrics in your song, some of your songs are crazy, and so we're thinking it's not too far of a reach to say that there must be some crazy stories behind it. So um, we compiled a little list here. The first one I don't think is a crazy story, but we can tell this story behind it, which was the song that all three of us were on. That one is called Deepwater Wetness. It was a cover of what, Midsummer, what's it called?
Midsummer Madness.
Midsummer Madness, the song that popped off. So we took the instrumental and we just rapped over it. But yeah, Ryan, you want to kick it off? I think you were the one that invited us. I don't think it was spontaneous.
Yeah, so I'd really liked the song, and the group the artists of the song are under a label called 88 Rising, and they all collaborate on a lot of songs. And so there are kind of like three or four distinct artists on the song. And I was like, hey, you know what? We have like 3 or 4 guys that we can get on, and so we can kind of do something. We can do the Hydro version of this. And I don't think we mentioned this before, but as a group, Hydro, everything is is water related. Bmac said his name was Young Arrowhead. My name is Young Fiji. So we're all water brands. And then for Chris, when he came on, he went under the alias Tap Water. So there's a lot of liquid, liquids happening.
Soon to come back is LaCroix.
Yeah, soon to come back. But so yeah, I like the idea of the song. I was like, yo, this song goes hard. We got the talent for it. Let's do it. We can each have a verse, and it'll be good. We'll rock out. We'll have some fun. And it, like you mentioned, it was like either the winter or the summer that, like the first summer after or the first winter of college.
Either Thanksgiving or Christmas break. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were back for some reason.
And so it was like everyone's back. The song is just we wanted it to be like just hanging out with the homies, like reconnecting after a while, which is kind of like what the actual song is about, just like enjoying summer with your friends. I don't know. Yeah. Did I miss anything?
No,
it catches us at a time where we're trying to figure out this like collaboration that we're having going on across multiple states, and like I really tried to emphasize that in my rap. What I say, Fiji and Ohio, that's the realest dude that I know, typing, writing every night, spitting straight pyro, something like that.
Yeah.
And then like I just wanted to touch on that and like just let people know, hey, we're making it work. Hydro's not going anywhere.
Here for the long haul.
Here for the long haul, baby.
Chris, what about your verse?
My verse was about, so a little background was kind of, I don't think we talked about it in our high school episode, but one of the things that was really big for our high school, specifically our senior year, was a retreat called Kairos that we did. And I think the three of us got, very close during that retreat. At least got to know each other on a level that, like, just more than we already had. And I wanted to kind of touch on that, which I did. I referenced it when I say On the Mountain. That was my reference, my allusion to it. But in addition to that, I kind of wanted the whole verse to be talking about us coming back and saying that, even though we're in different parts of the country, or just at different schools, different people, completely new environments, and growing into, our own men and stuff, we will always have that kind of bond that we made in high school and grew on, on the retreat, and just all our experiences in general. And so that was my verse. I think the gist of that one. But yeah.
But do you remember the process?
So the story behind my verse was, I believe I went in your room for about 20 minutes, came back and said, I have it.
We had planned to record this song for 2 weeks, and we all come to my house. We get to my house, we get in the room, Mike's hot, and I go, all right, you have your verse? And he goes, no, I don't have anything. And I was like, what? What do you mean you don't have anything?
I was
He's like,
empty-handed.
he's like, don't worry, I'll write it right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy. And so me and Bmac, we record. He goes there, like you said. He went into my room, and I'm just like, I'm gonna kill this guy. Like we we planned this so far in advance, and he came empty-handed. And then, so me and Bmac do our thing. We record, and he comes in. He goes, all right, I have it. And then, and he goes, I remember on the intro, he goes, yeah, it's one take, Chris, like on the song. And then, and he just instantly fumbled. Like, it was like just instantly fumbled. And I was like,
Okay,
oh, nah,
so-
he can't come in and say one take, Chris. And then,
For anyone,
trip up.
for anyone that makes music, you know how this goes. You write something on the spot and you go, "This is excellent," and then you go to record it and you forget either the flow or if it's like singing, you forget your melody and stuff like that, and you're like, ah. So obviously, it almost never takes one take, unless I heard Juice WRLD could do that, but whatever. I'm not him. Anyway, so yeah, so I came on there, I introed as one take Chris, and I was like, that sounds cool, I'm gonna do it. And then yeah, instant, I forgot the flow and I went, oh no.
Yeah.
So I believe I had to go back in the room, remember my flow. I came back, and then you'll hear on the song, obviously it was my intro is was one take Chris, but whatever. And then I come in for my verse, but
Yeah.
that was
Incredible.
a fun thing.
Legendary stuff. I really like that song because my college roommate Devin helped me workshop it. He plays guitar, and so he just like he came up with a little guitar like kind of like rhythm for me to follow, and I still have that soundbite of him playing the guitar, me rapping over it, like really helped like smooth out a lot of the stuff with the verse, and good timing too because we recorded that during winter break, so.
Yeah.
It was clean. It was clean for sure.
Yeah, no, that one was fun for sure. I think the other definitely worth mentioning part of that. So Brian had left. I don't know if I was staying the night or
Yeah, I did do.
just that you had to get picked up or something. But
I had to catch an Uber. I can't even remember where. I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, where did I go?
but anyway, so Ryan and I are there, and Ryan and I obviously did we say this, but we played in a band since 6th grade. So we at the time could kind of sing. Ryan could sing way better than I could. But it's not how we are now. And so we had to record the choruses, which get up there in a falsetto, and we are not even 18 yet. Or sorry, we just turned 18.
Just turned 18, yeah.
And the voices are coming in barely.
If you want reference, check out the song Midsummer Madness because Joji does the hooks and that dude gets up there. Yeah. I was grabbing my nuts to try and hit the notes in the studio, like.
Bro, he's in there with you got the kick pedal on your shin.
Yeah,
Get it?
I was reaching new heights, and it still sounded awful. So
we were trying to figure that out, and that one definitely was not one take, and that one we swapped back and forth probably like 8 or 9 times, just like, all right, let me try it, because we neither of us could get it, and the one we got was the best one, but I think we could do better now, but it adds beauty to the song of struggle.
Well, it's just like every other Hydra song where it's exactly. Charming because of the mistakes.
Yeah. It's like a dog that's kind of, some dogs are cute because they're ugly.
Yeah.
And
that's like the perfect description.
Like a pug. A pug.
We're like the pug.
Yeah. No, that was a fun song for sure, and it, like you said, it took a lot faster, I think, than we thought it would, which was good and bad because I know for me, it made me think that the songwriting process was a lot faster than it realistically is. So that's the bad side, but the good side was that it was fast. So, that's fun.
And it's just fun to like take like one of your favorite rappers like songs and just kind of flip it and do your own thing with it. It's a good like starting point for people who like want to try rapping. Like I think that's not that controversial to say. It's like, yeah, just find a beat that you already know and like and do something with it. Like you don't have to jump in and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make my own instrumental. Like you're putting the cart before the horse if you're doing that realistically. So we have a
Yeah.
couple songs like where they're just like it's like a remix. You remember what Lil Wayne used to do? Remix, baby. Let's go. He took other people's beats and they did it better. And I like the fact that it was a Joji song too, because Joji's origins, as most people know, is Pink Eye.
who
And we're
also
not
made
on Pink
music.
Eye's level, but that's an inspiration right there. Is Pink Guy. I remember Ryan showing me a Pink Guy song in the TRC, and I was like, "What is this?"
Technology
It
and
was on
Resource Center
SoundCloud.
at our high school.
Just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
heinous stuff, heinous stuff, completely
What's the
heinous.
song? For those who need to know, the song is called "Dick Pays Rent." That
You
was the
guys can
song that he
imagine
showed me. That was my introduction.
Yeah,
18-year-old, 17-year-old at the time, boys discovering this music where it is okay to be absolutely belligerent
yeah,
and
just
Just
completely
heinous
heinous.
stuff.
and discovering a whole new world and here we are.
I would
Here
say
we
that's
are.
one of the tamer songs in his
Yeah.
discography too. That's the single that he releases before the album.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't necessarily describe it as heinous, but I would say one of the edgier songs of your guys's would be what, Two Baddies, right?
Yeah,
And I personally love the story behind this song because it all started with a phone call from Ryan to me. He goes, "All right, bro, you're not gonna believe this," and I will let him tell the story. Well, he tells the story in the song,
yeah.
but oh
Basic.
my gosh, oh, this
It's a
one was
pretty
great.
it's a pretty crazy one. I I think I was in college.
We'll leave names out.
Yeah, yeah, certainly leaving names out. I think I was in college at the time, and
Yes.
I had a dream one night. Call me MLK, because I had a dream, and it was the craziest dream ever. So it was like, I was, I don't remember where. Right? It's just some random like house. It wasn't my house. It wasn't anywhere that I'd ever been before, but it was like an apartment or something. And the idea of the song is that like I had two different girls at the same time. And so it was like one would come over and then leave, and then the next one would come over. And then eventually they realized what was happening, that there was some collusion. And I just remember it ended with all of like my walls getting sharpied and my clothes out on the front, like on my front lawn of the apartment. They they broke into my house and completely destroyed my house, and it was all based on a dream. And I remember, yeah, I texted him. I said, "Dude, I got it. This is the next song." it's 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 something. Don't listen to that song. It's about it's. Oh, and we for Bmac, we got Bmac on the T-Pain auto tune for the hook.
Yes.
I was trying to remember what's my contribution to the song again. It's like, oh yeah, I'm the chorus.
Yeah, dude, you're the hook. In the auto tune too.
That one.
I
That
was
one
like,
is excellent.
because I didn't have a story like that. So what did I rap about? It's like, oh no, you were singing.
Yeah, so that was an interesting one. If anything, I've learned two girls, not the right play. Otherwise,
Collusion.
you're gonna have a lot of damage,
Be some foolishness.
some
Anyway,
tomfoolery happening there.
that one was
So
hilarious.
yeah, and it just came out of
That
nowhere
one was
too.
funny. Yeah, I think that one's a funny. It's just a funny story, and then for me to just kind of watch it come to fruition and be like, all right, here we go. I was so excited to listen to that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
good
that's
one.
a good one for sure. But yeah, it's one of those dreams you learn from. You feel like you actually lived it, but
It was a
but
dream. Yeah,
it was a free lesson. Coupon.
It was a dream, and thank God it didn't come true.
yeah.
Yes. Well, maybe Ryan will have a story in another episode. No, I'm just kidding. But so remember that wasn't a dream.
Yeah, 3 episodes down the line. Guys, remember that song Two Baddies? Yeah, it actually wasn't a dream, and I was going
I
crazy
just
in
need to get it
college.
off my
I
chest.
was going crazy in college. So
That's funny. But yeah, no, I think one that I know is important to Brian, Stacks, Bmac, Young or Arrowhead. Those are
just
a few of the many nicknames.
a
Yeah,
few of the
Man of many names.
yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, I know he really likes. There's a song called "Dorm Life" you guys did. You wanna? Why don't you tell the story and then I'll tell you my initial reaction as one of the first listeners.
You got it, bro. Um, I mean, we're two college students. If I think the best way to do rapping, and this has been said by other people, is just rap about what you know. Like like if I started rapping about, I don't know, being a CEO or something. Like if I tried to do the Rick Ross shtick, it would be ridiculous. Oh, can
Oh,
you imagine if that was me? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not a CEO. Um, and it would feel
Hydrello's
out of touch. Also,
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
I feel like there's not much of a market for that anyway. Like, I don't think many CEOs are like, hell yeah, dude, rap music. Maybe Elon Musk. Um, but it's like just we're two college students. Why don't we rap about some college shit? One of the greatest college rap songs ever is that Asher Roth song called I Love College, and that is the inspiration for the hook. We got Ryan singing I Love College, it's that dorm life. And we're both living in the dorms. I lived in the dorms all 4 years, so I could have wrote a dorm life part 1, 2, 3, and 4, most likely. Except for the COVID year, I guess. But every single year that I was not living at my house, I was in the dorm. So it's like, okay, let's rap about some dorm life. And for me, I lived in an absolute pigsty of a freshman dorm. It was a very nice place. It was 2 bedrooms, 3 people to a room, and then we got a living room as well. But that was kind of a bad thing too, because it meant that we could just have a shit ton of people over. And when the temptation to do that is there, and you have people who are ready and willing, uh, it just gets out of hand. And honestly, I wasn't the cleanest person in that room, but I also was not the dirtiest person. I won't say names, but I had a roommate who was an absolute nightmare, and I would attribute the problem to him. And then Howie, Howie was always throwing parties, so it's like, God damn it, Howie. But I do love Howie. Um,
the Aussie.
so I just tried to talk about stuff that actually happened, and then I sprinkled in some half truths as well. Um, what I say? We finna turn up tonight. I could tell you all sorts of stories about me and the homies pouring 40s on the floors of dirty dormitories. Uh, Talking about how there's cold showers and no heating, like that actually happened. There was always alcohol getting spilled on the floor. There was always, there was an occasion where the heating in the building just cut off. Not that that's a huge problem in California,
What's an
but
inflated one? Let's hear when you
the
pull up.
opening line. Wake up in Hedrick. I wanted to name drop the other dormitories. In Hedrick, in bed with a freshman redhead chick, plus some bed bugs from Cheswick that have been sucking up my red shit. I don't remember there actually being bed bugs. I don't think that's a problem on the West Coast. Um, and then
I
there
like
was
that's
no freshman
that.
redhead chick.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
That
say.
that also didn't happen.
I
But
was gonna.
there were freshman redhead chicks. Those people did exist. I was not waking up in bed with them. No
Nah,
shot.
I really thought he was gonna stop there. He's like, yeah, there wasn't any bed bugs.
What else to
And then
say?
that's.
Let's get it. I got class at the Nev in like 10 minutes. Plus, I haven't even read shit. Oh yeah. You think I was doing reading in that
That's
dirty
truth.
dormitory freshman
That
year?
is
I was not
everyone.
reading.
That is
No,
everyone.
no one did any college reading, bro. That was messed up.
Oof.
See, I
Oh, The neighbors nagging, noise complaining. Of course, we got noise complaints. I told you how crazy that place was.
Howie was partying.
Yeah,
Howie. Mendel for the people that don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, Mandel.
I really that was like I feel like that was our first song that got like a cult following for Hydro. Right? Because I would have people like at OSU, people would be like, "Play Dorm Life, play Dorm Life." And I'm just like oh my gosh.
Well, it connects to them, right? It's something that they can understand and can
Yeah.
relate to.
This song got played at every party that I was ever at. And even parties I wasn't at, they played Dorm Life. I got the reports back. But
You
like,
saw the Snapchat video.
yeah.
That one did. And I think I will give you my live reaction. This is what I when Ryan first showed me the song. That was my face. But like you said, that charm sneaks up on you
Yeah.
like a funny ugly person. First you're like no, and then the next thing you're laughing and you're like, whoa, why am I getting ice cream with this person?
Hey. That's a story I know too well. That's a story I know too well.
And that yeah. But no, it's good. And if you once again, for context on all these stories, you listen to the songs. But that one comes on and I just want you to play the clip of me turning around in that chair. And I think it's pretty accurate as far as how that song just first impression.
It's a rude awakening. But
let me learn y'all on some dissonance right quick.
yeah.
But no, it's a good that one is close to the heart for sure. That one's a funny one.
Yeah, and just like Bmac mentioned, just like stories of stuff that happened. Like for me, I lived in my freshman year. I lived in a suite with 10 or 9 other people. It's like just a bunch of brothers, like it in a close space. Like there was some crazy stuff, like just like weird.
And going from your previous living conditions as well.
Yeah,
to
true.
that. Ryan had 2 rooms at his house, and then was sharing
A room with
the size
3
of
guys.
his 2 rooms with
Nah, dude.
11 others.
Yeah, it was.
And then you get people sleeping over, a lot of heat in there, which you need in Ohio, which is good, to stay warm. So they did it actually for warmth reasons. But
Yeah.
a lot of bodies, a lot of heads.
Yeah, and so just some stuff, bro. Like just stuff. Going out like 10 dudes just like going out to a restaurant like after meeting each other for the first time. Just like no one knows each other. Like we're just like all sitting there like, "Hi, what's your name?" Like, like just awkward like tism type beats. And so just yeah, that one, Dorm Life is a classic. It's like I said, the one that got us our cult following, I think, initially, and it's a good one. That one's close to the heart, like you mentioned, Chris.
Yeah.
You okay over
All
there?
right. So speaking of COVID, I think this is it's the last one on our list, but you made a song about it. So for the record, Ryan was the first one to catch the Rona.
Oh yeah.
And there was born Rona Rye. All right? And once again, put it in a song. So
And that
Brent,
name is
take it away.
fire. That name is fire.
Take it away.
Rona Rye is a sick name. To this day, I am a Rona survivor. Shout out everyone who has gone through that with me.
Support.
Thank you for your support. But yeah, so
Yeah, it was
Go ahead.
goofy for me making a song about coronavirus when I did not get coronavirus until much later. I was like probably the last person to catch it. How
Yeah.
stupid is that? I waited till the end. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you had to suffer all the way through, and then right when like things are getting better, it's like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna get it. Really? I
That was
getting it.
yeah, that was reflected in my verse too. I definitely did not specifically reference having coronavirus. I mean, I made some
You're
jokes
not a
about it.
liar.
Yeah, but like
The redhead is real.
redhead is real, baby.
Is real, like Party on the
The redhead Israel. We're getting closer.
That's Wine to Water. It's coming soon.
Wow.
There is some Israel references in Wine to Water
For
already.
the record, you guys are watching how these songs get made.
Yeah, we're
live.
actually in. This is actually a
Live
brainstorming
action.
Just
session.
spitballing.
This is actually a Hydro brainstorming session right now.
A lot of ideas coming out of this.
So
Sweaty boy.
I'll get to watch it back. Yeah. So anyway, going back to just the whole COVID situation, like the song's called 14 Days. Naturally, when COVID was in its peak, you had to isolate for 14 days so you didn't, could get over it and whatever, not be contagious and such. And I remember the first time when I got COVID for the first time, it was like right when I started my junior year of college, which is like the first year that it actually was. Why are you laughing?
Because that's such great timing. Ready
This-
for a new year of school.
Impeccable.
Boom.
Yeah, ready for I will say that year a lot of things changed in my life. Anyway.
Two baddies.
A lot of things changed. But yeah, so it ended up that I got COVID from one of my roommates, the Mac, the myth, the legend, and I will never forget how it actually happened, where me and him were watching UFC together, and then
Wait a minute. Comment below how you think this goes. How did he get from one body to the next while they're sitting on the couch watching grown men wrestle? Continue.
yeah, we decided to go for a grappling sesh. And the week goes by, whatever. Friday comes around, and I have an 8 a.m. lab on Fridays that I have to go on campus for. And I remember waking up feeling like death had overcome me. Like my skin had like flipped inside out, and my brains were like spewing out of my ears. And I was like, whatever. I'm just dehydrated. Because I just woke up. So I'll just drink a lot of water. I'll just drink some water, yeah. I listened to Hydro on the way to campus, drank some water, was in my 3-hour lab, by the way, in pain, suffering.
Spreading.
I had a mask on, but I ended up like finishing my lab, and I couldn't walk home. I had to call one of my roommates and be like, yo, I need you to pick me up, bro. I cannot make it back. Like, there's no way I'm making it back. And then he picked me up, drove us back home, and when we were walking up the stairs to the house, Mac texted everyone, hey, I think I just tested positive for COVID. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then we just like, the first couple days, it was like, oh, everyone stay in your room. But then after that, we were just like, wait, we all have it. We certainly just all have it. So like, let's just enjoy our lives together. Like,
Our pain.
yeah, let's just
Suffer
suffer together. And then that was the initial 14 Days was born. We ended up getting another feature on that song by the one and only Lil Squirt, who happens to be my cousin, who also has a few songs.
Boy, Lil Squirt.
Yeah, he also has a few songs, never released though, all VIPs, so in the vault.
Subscribe.
Hopefully, the goal is that we get to drop one of those on Wine to Water. So, whenever that ends up dropping, you'll get to see a little bit of insight into Lil Squirt. But we started filming a music video, but we never finished it.
That could be a good one.
Yeah, it's in production right now.
What do you think about
With the
14
writer's strike and all that, like it just
Yeah, right.
Of course.
everything is tied up.
Of course. What do you think about 14 Days, Bmac?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah. It was just fun to like, I don't know. It was just so weird, like being in that place and in that time, and then I hadn't had it, so I had to look for inspiration in other places. Like I'm like, okay, so what am I doing right now? I'm at home, doing remote school, like fully remote, not like Ryan going to labs. I'm not living at school like he is. Um, what do I talk about? Well, I talk about like my daily activities, like so I just hoop or chill in the shade, like just trying to make it through the next 14 days because it really is a slog. You're like, wow, like I guess I'm gonna like kind of pay attention in my online class and like try and like get through this. It's not like you're going anywhere, so it's like, well, um, so what else did I say? Oh yeah, and like I got to like kind of like poke fun at the like the conspiracy theories surrounding coronavirus because there was a lot of that. Like everyone was freaking out, and when you're so unsure and you don't know what's going to happen next, like you start to get some weird ideas about the world, man. And I always like to like make like a conspiracy theory joke in my lyrics, like um, and I'm not like crediting or discrediting anything necessarily, but like on the storm where I'm like what did I say, like sold to us each day by these corporations, misinform the nation on a day-to-day basis. The president of the states is like Jefferson Davis. Hey, fuck the government. Like I'm just rapping about Donald Trump, basically. Like, just, but it sounds super cool to say it like that. Um, yeah, no one's coming to hear Citizens United bars, though, for real. Nobody wants to hear me rap about that, huh?
Hey, if
Um,
it
Give a
sounds
little
good.
background on your major though, and all that, because
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's part of the fun is like I'm a political science major, so I'm around this stuff like all the time. Where so it's like I guess that's another way that I weave in like my own personal life. Like that's the only reason I care about political like conspiracy theories and say like she's like I've been inside for a million days waiting for a vaccine from William Gates. Like, oh yeah, dude, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, so scary. Like, it's funny to me to like see that. I had a project in school at UCLA where it was like, yeah, make a poster about like vaccine conspiracy theories. And so I had to research it. And I found out about like, oh, people are like really skeeved about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's like I just don't care. Like I just give me shots, man. Like whatever. I'm a cow. Like it doesn't matter. Like
what
You
kind of
and Lil
shots?
Jon.
shots, shots,
Everybody.
shots, 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 shots.
Or
And
putting.
honestly, I really hated there was so much bad like COVID themed media. And so I really hope in our heart of hearts that people thought that ours was like inspired or different because I sure felt that way. I don't want to hear Jimmy Fallon and Dua Lipa sing "Wear a mask, don't go out" or what like that. That's
Oh
terrible.
yes.
That sucks. Or like COVID movies. Like nobody wants to hear media about this time because it's all awful. So I felt like we did it different, and
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun to make a song like that.
Yeah, and we had
Yeah.
some. It was some good. I mean, the if the bars are fire, the beat is good. That's all. That's all that matters.
Oh, the beat for 14 Days is so crazy,
Oh
dude.
yeah, yeah,
Was that a Juris production? He worked
yeah.
real hard on that one.
Better off
Oh,
alone.
that's one of my favorite beats. Yeah, we sampled what did we sample?
100 gex.
Oh, we sampled 100 Gex. Oh, yes. Oh, that was fun. We were having a 100 Gex phase. We're like, "Well, can we use some of this? Can we weave that into our beat? It sounds so good."
That did not come through on your mic, but we. That's okay. Yeah, that was all you. You had the 100 gex
All right, we'll
phase.
input the song right there, right under your lip.
Put it right over my voice. Oh God. Ooh.
But yeah,
That's
so
funny.
that's definitely a good one. It's funny. People always ask me like, what are the songs to listen to? Like, what if I had to give three Hydro songs to listen to? 14 Days up there, I would say. You know, if you want the true Hydra story, like Dorm Life, of course. The you know the That's the alcohol song where like, you need a couple drinks, and then it sounds good. Or you
That's
just
so. And I think you need a couple drinks to like enter the experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah,
your VR headset. You know
right.
what I mean? You got to step into it. You can't do that sober.
It's you gotta like it's like the mushroom trip, or like your
It's like Harry Potter and the little brick wall thing.
yeah, yeah.
Can't run through that. It just hurts. It just hurts if you're
Yeah.
if you're sober.
You're trying to
You
get to
gotta believe.
platform 9 3/4, baby,
Once
not
again,
platform 9.
yeah.
You gotta
And then
believe.
if you are sober, then you become a pug, and then now you're a fan.
Yeah,
So
it's a win-win.
yes,
Hydro is for the children and all.
there you go.
That's
And the
that's what it comes
children
down
and
to.
everything in between.
In between. What's in between the children, Chris?
Next question.
Okay.
What do you? Thank you.
You were the one that asked it, not me. I'm just trying to clarify.
Well, I'm still waiting for your third song.
Oh, yeah, you got to give us a third one.
14 days.
I usually give like it depends on my mood. Like Splash Bros
think
is up there.
I think Too Bad.
Siren is
It will
up
be my
there.
third.
I don't think no. I truthfully I don't.
For me, as far as
Oh, yeah. We got any Warriors fans out there? We recorded Splash Bros right after the Warriors won the championship. You're welcome.
Trendsetters. We're with the times.
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
Splash
you can
Bros
link
goes hard.
you can link the music video actually in the description if you want.
No, there's no Splash Bros video.
Which
There's
song is
there's
that?
no video
In
for
the
it
bag.
yet.
In the bag has the
It
video.
is, huh? Okay, so In the Bag is also on the list. This was the honorable mention because that's my favorite beat. That was a what's his tag?
He was Young Perrier,
Young Perrier.
of course. Who else but Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Tommy,
Or
Tommy,
I
Tommy.
think he was Lil Perrier actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that beat's really good. Got a nice little guitar lick in there.
Yeah,
And,
he slid on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
That's
song
the one
was
you realize.
originally called Rise Again.
Yes.
Really?
A lot of people forget about that.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever said that in an interview,
yeah,
huh?
that's not a.
No, I've never been interviewed before, so you're right.
Say that,
I've never said
exclusive.
any of this in an interview before.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Wok and Tok exclusive, baby. But yeah, I forgot about that. Rise Again. and we just kind of went off. I think we wanted Tommy to rap on it, but then he's like, nah, it's okay, you guys got it. And I was like, we were just like, oh, are you sure? Like,
Oh, and we got it. We handled that.
Yeah.
yeah,
We handled our business.
yeah. I'll make sure to throw the music video in the description because that's a good one. We always
That is a good one.
we like that one. Went to the beach, did a little beach day to film that one.
A lot of
You
fun.
did, yeah.
That was a good one.
I like that one for sure.
It's
What
the
else,
summer.
man?
It's the radio hit. It's the only.
It is.
It's the Hydra song that would be most likely to be on the radio. That's what I tell
Yeah,
people.
I think yeah.
It's got like it's like a chart topper type song.
Yeah. I would give it like a top 100
Yeah,
platinum plaque kind of thing.
maybe like the 75 range.
Yeah. I would say top 75.
Top 75. Yeah.
I would say top 75% of the top
Singapore.
10. So like
Oh.
7.5. Like I give it single digit.
Okay. I mean,
I'll just give it number one. Let's just say it's a top.
it's a hit in East Asia for sure.
It's
Undoubtedly a hit in East Asia.
Indubitably.
anyway. What else though, man? You guys got what do you got coming next? Do your little promo here before we wrap up.
Bmac, go ahead, bro.
Find the water, baby. Coming soon. As soon as we get to it.
Yeah, as soon as I get some verses from my my partner.
Yeah, it is my fault as usual. There's a lack of verses but I'm writing. Trust, guys. We're gonna have a good one for you. We're gonna have a lot of good songs coming through.
If you had to pick
Maybe
one
a little
word,
bit of Spanish flair.
Oh, I don't know about this project, but there is something working. I forgot about that.
If you had
Yeah.
to pick one word, what would you use to describe the project?
Ooh, one word.
Describe
I
wine
got
to
one.
water.
I got
Oh
one in
man,
my
I'm
mind.
so stupid. I was about to say must see.
It's all right. You know, we're graduated.
That's two
We don't have
words.
degrees,
That's
we
like
don't
the
have
It's
Charles
a
diplomas
Barkley
hyphen.
anymore.
thing.
Hyphen. I got 2 words for you. Chris Brown. I mean,
What?
Chris Paul and Steve
Steve
Nash.
Nash and Chris Paul must see TV. That's like 10 words, Chuck.
That's funny.
No, Chris
I
Brown.
was gonna go with miraculous.
That's not a bad one. I would say
It's wordplay too.
I would say maybe biblical. We're bringing back the biblical ties.
How about immaculate?
Oh.
Okay.
You can't even conceive how immaculate this project
what about
is.
Write
Sermon
that
on the
down. Write
Mount?
that down. Write that down.
I like
It's on
Sermon
tape.
on the Mount.
That is.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
You know that is.
Beatified.
That's
That's
a
how I would
good. I
describe
think
the
that would
project.
describe it well.
It's a sermon, baby. Come listen. All are welcome.
I think a word I would use would be like walk on water.
But WOK.
I think like
How about ecumenical?
You're getting a little too.
I
deep
think a
for me.
word I would use would be like leap of faith.
All right, this
I
this
think-
has gone on too long.
I think
He's getting senile. It's
Look, man, this new album, you're gonna love it. We're gonna do it biblically. It's gonna be top notch. You guys are gonna really enjoy it when it comes out.
We're partying on the Red Sea.
yeah.
Partying on the Red Sea, baby.
Yes. So I think we're gonna close out here. We have been going on for a bit. Of course, we had to get some extra time in because of our well-esteemed guest.
Yes.
So first off, Bmac, thank you for coming and hanging out with us, chatting. You know, always good to have someone near and dear on the podcast to chat with.
Oh man. I've always heard podcasts and talk shows say friend of the show, but it's nice to be a friend of the show. Like a friend of the show, Bmac, coming on to discuss Hydro. I'm really thrilled.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
But we'll see you guys next week. Are you gonna close?
you can go ahead.
Oh yeah, let me do a shout out.
Oh yeah, Bmac.
Guys,
yeah.
go listen to Wok and Talk, the Wok and Talk podcast. I know you're
Oh, yeah,
listening to it
yeah.
right now if you're hearing this, but listen to Wok and Talk.
Yep, that is our sponsor, Hydrodynamiks. one third technically of Hydrodynamics, but a majority third. So that's saying
Fair.
something.
Core third.
Core third. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I will try my best to close it up. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, we'll be back. Actually, I guess it's not the same time next week. Hopefully back on schedule next week. Tuesdays at 12. PST, I don't know what that is. 8/7 Central like Disney. But
No, it's
12 p.m.
actually 12. It's actually 12 p.m. CST. 10 a.m. PST.
oh, there you go. Because he's in Kansas.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you guys so much. If you have ideas for the next videos, we might be throwing in some pizzazz. We got some ideas in the works. But if there's anything you want to see, whether it's trying not to laugh, something more funny, something more serious, or intellectual, I guess, kind of like some of our previous episodes, put it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.